Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Here's the lead from the crypto fundamentals. XRP is setting itself up for a possible recovery just as the Ripple main party is about to begin. That's correct, in a mere 72 hours time. A rip-roaring good time is about to begin. I won't be able to make it. We are in New York City. Most of you probably know all about it already. Unfortunately, I had already committed a lot of time at the end of this month to a different vacation when I heard about it. Thus, there would have been tension. Unfortunately, that seems to be the reality. But I'm really curious about, is anyone here going, since I need to live vicariously through the many photos and videos you post on X and other social media sites. Let's be honest, though, when it comes to online communities, the XRP crowd congregates mostly on X. I'm aware of X chat as well as X chat about XRP. Additionally, this happened a few days ago, but I just now had the time to discuss it. However, check out this. According to Forbes, a shocking crypto leak shows Microsoft may soon cause a massive price increase in Bitcoin, Ethereum XR, PB, and B. Furthermore, some unexpectedly tragic news. False hope. Here we wait another minute. Is anyone really surprised that the ARK's Bitcoin ETF registration has been delayed even again? That doesn't shock me in the least. But I also won't be shocked if one or more of them succeed in the end. As I've said before, this is just a guess for fun. I could be wrong, but I think BlackRock will be granted a Bitcoin ETF space in the end. Second, I anticipate that a cluster of companies, financial firms, will receive approval for different spot Bitcoin ETFs at the same time, possibly in the same news release. That is something that might occur. Those are my two most likely hypotheses. But before I go any further, I should clarify that I am not a financial expert and am not giving any sort of financial advice. And you know that you shouldn't make any financial decisions based on what I say, right? I'm merely a hobbyist who likes to share his knowledge on crypto-related issues through YouTube videos. But only as a pastime and for entertainment purposes. Recording this new, sizzling tune, the price of one XRP token is currently 50 cents, whereas one Bitcoin is worth $26,490. So, the asset class still has a market cap of somewhat more than $1 trillion. The current crypto fear and greed index reading is 46 out of 100, so there's been nothing really shocking to report today. It appears that the market has been consolidating sideways recently, but the important question is whether or not this trend will continue. Will we witness a break to the upside, or will it break to the downside? Because we won't be in this vicinity for the indefinite future? If Bitcoin were to drop below the key level of around the upper 20,000s, it would have a domino effect on the entire market, including XRP, so naturally we'd all prefer to see it succeed. This view is shared by the majority of the analysts I follow. Don't be shocked if other cryptocurrencies drop too if Bitcoin falls below that level. However, according to this post by reputable chart analysts, this 48 remains unchanged. Those anticipating a drop to $20,000 before this level is broken are in the same boat as those expecting a drop to $12,000 or less at $15,000. Similarly, when the invalidation level was 13,800, it wasn't struck either. In my opinion, we don't need to bridge the $20,000 deficit with Phil, so there you have it. From what I gather is his perspective, he thinks the $20,000 Bitcoin demand is unrealistic. And philosophically, it's quite close to when Bitcoin was trading at approximately $15,000. And, from an invalidation risk point of view, if Declan had $13,800, things would have been different. However, that never materialized. However, despite the fact that this did not occur, at a price of $12,000, many demanded that Bitcoin be bought. That's what he's saying, anyway. And he's been stating for the past few days that he believes the solution lies above. Bitcoin will soon reach $27,000, and from there it will only continue to rise. Even though it's almost October, he's still forecasting that Bitcoin will reach a new all-time high this calendar year. That's taking a risk, for sure. Will it happen? Time will tell. But I'll tell you what, if I were an analyst, I'm not sure if that's another reason I wouldn't want to be one. You take so much flack from the crypto community, like it's been enough because you're just going to get the internet trolls running a YouTube channel, any guide, and I don't care, like I got thick skin, I don't give a crap. However, the char people have it the worst of all, because they anticipate the future value of cryptocurrencies when talking about their expected value. Even if I were a chart analyst, I'd be scared to put it in the timeframe in the title, because chart analysts are supposed to be experts at chart analysis. It is possible to have the correct hypothesis, but still being wrong by many, many months. In order to put a firm time frame on his forecast, that's what AW. So, anyhow, I respect him and value his insight. God forbid he's wrong. Also, I know how hard you work. But in a matter of months, we will know for sure. Then there's this from a blockchain supporter. Last week, I made a video explaining why the $24,700 in Bitcoin I own is so important during economic upswings. Crash recency bias of 2019 and 2020 has filled my shoes. $20,000 alternatively, $23,000, $20,000, $16,000, AC19 event repeated 12 times at $1,000 each. If you follow him, and I'm sure many of you listening do, since there's a lot of overlap between your audiences, you know his perspective, and I don't need to rehash his technical analysis here. He's been talking a lot lately about recency bias. However, I did want to make the point that he is keeping an eye on the $24,700 mark, which is just $100 away from the $24,800 mark that Reliable Crypto advises keeping an eye on. The similarities are startling. And it's holding, even though it's been put on the blockchain backwards, and it actually does hold. His words sound natural, coming out of his mouth, but if I had to recall the kinds of things I've heard him say, he might say something like, if you're talking about Bitcoin actually going down to $20,000, because that would be outside the scope of what we should expect, then the or maybe said it about $12,000. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but if one of those terrible scenarios occurs, we're going to create this 12,000. So, you should just take things with some salt. Should you get such kinds of awful eventualities, he seemed to be saying, at least in my recollection. He adds, no, that's not what we're looking at here, to the idea that the market will soon begin to recover in the manner of previous cycles. If something does occur, I wouldn't be surprised if we do have that. You can see that with these absurdly low prices, we could be in for years of price destruction. Moreover, I don't think that's the most likely scenario. If it happened, though, it would signal a sea change in the general public's attitude towards and interest in cryptocurrencies. Most notably, since BlackRock is on its way. And it would really be shocking, unless there's like a worldwide wildcard event that rocks a wide variety of asset classes. Sure, anything. Anything beyond that would really astound me. Microsoft may soon cause a massive price increase in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and BNB, according to a shocking crypto leak. That means it must have leaked. We'll have to wait and watch what happens now that this has leaked, as the outcome is uncertain due to the uncertainty of future plans. However, I believe it is quite evident that crypto will continue to gain popularity. Moreover, if it continues to gain widespread adoption, is occasionally used as money, and can be put to use in a number of other contexts, including gaming, in particular, because this case centers on the Xbox, it will be a game changer. So, it stands to reason that major corporations like Microsoft would join in, and their participation would be yet another factor in hastening the widespread acceptance of cryptocurrencies like XRP, which, to be fair, does have legal certainty. I'm only going to have him write up a little portion of this piece. Bitcoin flip prime investors get a jolt from Elon Musk's startling announcement. According to what Lee has said, the next generation of Microsoft's Xbox would include cryptographic capabilities. The internal leak this week, documents from Microsoft were shared on the ResetEra gaming site, revealing an Xbox plan for May of 2022. This includes the ability to use a cryptocurrency wallet. Microsoft's $69 billion offer to acquire Activision Blizzard was reportedly leaked after documents connected to the FTC's lawsuit to prevent the deal were uploaded before being redacted. The head of Xbox at Microsoft, Phil Spencer, wrote, and a member of staff at The Verge saw a note to staff disclosing certain papers produced in court proceedings connected to our proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Even though many of the records are over a year old, I understand that this is still disappointing. Also, we've adjusted our goals. Yeah. Something may have altered, as I recently discovered this leak. But would this be something that would shift? The document covers a wide range of topics beyond the scope of this channel, including gaming, obviously, and the crypto component of this, also obviously. Would James be interested in that? No way, Jose. This is something that might potentially lead to that, but we'll have to wait and see if it actually occurs. But if it's something that was an immediate yes, then let's do it. I don't anticipate any changes that I wouldn't like, especially since, in my opinion, it's acceptable that prices go up and down in a relatively uniform upward and downward trend. Volatility is okay, though. However, in terms of real adoption, developer activity is quite high. There's only one way for it to go. Nevertheless, we must continue to interact with the SEC. In this Decoded, although I believe the SEC's latest decision postponement on ARK's Bitcoin ETF filing to be merely a blip on the radar, I feel obligated to write it as though it had really occurred. Several applications for Bitcoin spot ETFs have been sitting in the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's mailbox for some time now, and approval has been postponed again. Since Global X, an ETF provider, entered the fray later than its rivals, the agency has until October 7 to respond to the company's ETF application. However, it also postponed, until November 11, the ETF approval for the ARK/21 shares. In a document made on Tuesday, the SEC said that the deadline for its decision on whether to adopt or reject the proposed rule change would be January 10, 2024. So, to reiterate what I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I still think this is on the horizon. When ETF courts are already pushing back against the SEC, a spot selection is inevitable. As far as ICO is concerned, the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs is a foregone conclusion, which is why I am putting down a fourfold wager that BlackRock will be the first to receive approval, and if not them, then a bunch all at once. I could be wrong, this is all in good fun, after all. Okay, that settles it. Even though BlackRock may be the end, we are not going to believe that. They were, in fact, a part of the group that was sent back. Everything is perfect. The SEC is taking its own time, deciding what action to take. However, I highly doubt they will reject BlackRock's offer. Not only do I harbor doubts, but others have as well. But if that's the case, I'll be utterly surprised. Furthermore, not everyone would be surprised. One person will inevitably say, yeah, that's what I thought. Sure, makes sense. The approval rate for BlackRock 576 applications filed by ETS was 575, and the one application that was denied was, if memory serves, the result of a clerical error. Okay. I believe they only submit paperwork if they have some idea of the outcome. That's what I get from looking at the stats. No, I don't give out financial advice. Nothing I say should influence any purchases you make for yourself. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.